Hi everyone, Rory Neary from Data Spinners here, and we're looking at the document management app using the Common Data Service for apps. Today I am going to just look at tidying up the landing page. This isn't specific to Common Data Service for apps, this could be any app really. But if I jump back on here and go to the landing page, all I'm going to do is put three buttons in, and I'm just going to go onto here. Now what I'm going to do on this is on select, we're going to set a global variable. So what that is it's literally a variable that can be used elsewhere in the app. So I'm going to do on select set GV. I always just start them off as GV for global variable, and I will call it live area. In fact, we could even have a drop down, because if we have more live areas, then we may end up with making that life easier actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of pull up on that, and we will get that button to do something, but I'm going to do insert. I'm going to do a drop down, control drop down. Okay, good, we've got our drop downs, lovely, and we're going to put live areas dot, and we are going to do dot live area. They normally take a little bit of time to wake up, so you have to be a little bit careful on some of these things here. In fact, I might not even need to refresh it in order to get this thing to actually work. So I'm just going to go on to my data, home, view data sources, live areas, refresh that. I'm a bit surprised that it wouldn't just be okay with that, but it does appear to be a little bit on the upset side. So the idea is that we will end up with all of the live areas that we thought we were going to get. So that is a bit strange, but it's not the first time I've seen this sort of behavior. Yeah, and as suspected, all I did was I saved, closed out of it, went back in, and everything was happy. And this is fine for me. I am just going to go down there, and I am going to set my global variable. What I'm going to do on this is I'm going to put set GV live area to be well, it's gonna this isn't going to be gonna have a very good name. It's called drop down one, so rename DD live area landing. We haven't got very many drop downs, but it'll work. So set DD equals live area landing dot selected dot value. Okay, good. And what that's going to do is I'm just going to, just for a demonstration purposes, going to insert a text. I'm going to pop a label in there, and I'm going to put this as text equals GV live area, just to demonstrate that what's actually happening is when you go onto there and you set it, it's actually going to call it, it's going to create the variable and just pop business in there. And the reason why I want to sort of show you this is that we're going to use this as a means of filtering our suppliers. I'm doing an absolutely terrible job of sort of making this look pretty. I need Audrey to help out on this. Okay, so I'm going to go into the text, and I'm going to go to the button and put view suppliers. Okay, good. And so what we're going to do on that is that's going to view suppliers. It's in fact it won't do anything. So on select, set live area, and then we're going to go navigate to SCR supplier, SC suppliers, and then do cover, because we're going to stick with covers. Cover, and close that, and then we will go with that. That's good. I'm going to get rid of this text box here because I don't need it anymore. And what it's going to do is go on to, in fact, home is the only thing that we've got, which is slightly annoying. We probably need some more things. We'll go to view suppliers. And we've obviously got a business one. Awesome. And the reason for that is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the way in which this filters. So we are going to do on our supplier screen, we're going to do filter suppliers, so that, let's think now, yeah, but there were other ways of doing this actually, thinking about that, but you know, life goes on. So filter suppliers so that the supplier dot selected, nope, supplier name dot well, you didn't spot that, but I did have to pause there for a second because I started making a bit of a mess of this. We want to filter the supplier so that the life area, that is the field, equals GV life area. There are other ways that we could have done this. Good. And the idea with that is let's whack another back button in there, and I'm going to borrow it from one of the other screens. So I'm just going to get a thing on that document screen. We've got one. Yeah. It's going to copy that onto suppliers, pop that in there. Should be able to just paste it in. There it is. Good. Because the idea is that we'll be able to go hit the back button and then do business and then view suppliers, and that works quite nicely. That's one of the purposes of this. So clearly this is by no means a there are actually other ways of doing this. We didn't have to use a global variable, but that we have. In fact, I might as well show you the other way of doing it, where we can not bother with that. So we did set the GV life area. We don't need to do that. What we can actually do is view suppliers, and we can actually change it so that it's actually life area equals dd life area landing dot selected dot value. And to be fair, that's possibly a simpler way of doing this. It's a bit more understandable than using global variables. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not. I think in this case it's probably a bit over the top. So I'm just going to go onto this landing page, go onto this view suppliers, and then remove this step here because I don't think it adds enough value. And obviously we can make this very pretty. I'm just going to do insert a label here, and then in the text there do CDS apps landing page. And you can pop images in behind all this to make it look quite nice. Let me see if there's anything useful that I've got in my so we can do you'd have to, if you wanted an image, you'd have to go to your media, go to images, you'd have to browse to images, and we'll just see if there's anything that I can kind of beg and borrow from my gallery here. I've got all sorts of bits and pieces, so but of course I can't see what they actually are. So we will go and have a look at, oh no, go large icons. This is where I've got all bits and pieces, so okay, so as we're here and as we don't have anything, let's go and find something from Star Wars. Okay, go Star Wars portrait. That's probably a better worse. That's not a very good way of doing it, but anyway, we'll go with images, and we're going to go with something like tools. I don't know if we can do orientation on this, so what we're going to do is we are going to do we'll go with that fella there. Right, going to go onto there, and we're going to go on to save. No, we won't do that. Save image as, and we will go to my gallery and then Darth Vader, and go onto images, onto the gallery, and we'll go onto there. We'll save that, and we will then move on to Power Apps, which is over here. Go to our images, we'll browse for it, and then hopefully there's Darth Vader. We'll open that. It's got Darth Vader, and we'll go back onto here, and then what we'll do is we'll put insert media image, pop that in there, and we'll put Darth Vader. Okay, in he goes, and what we'll do is we'll do home, align, reorder, center the back so that he sits behind everything. He should sit behind everything. I'll go reorder, bring to the front, and we should. That is very peculiar. So, button 1, label. It's possibly because I don't know if it's because the writing is very strange, or reorder, bring to the front. Very odd. Very odd. I've not seen that before. Because it's because the writing's black. So we'll change the color, and we're going to go with white. Should do the trick. CDS landing page. So in it goes. You could put anything on here really, and I think what we'll do. It is a bit of a pain, to be fair, that we've got white screen at the top and bottom. So maybe what we'll do is we'll sort of pretend that we actually meant to do that by popping it down there, and maybe making this button enormous. Make this go wider on this. That's good. And then we'll go up to the top on this. We'll change our mind about that. We'll go color, and we're going to go with black. And we're going to center this by going onto center. Center, that's good. And we're going to go size, and we're going to make it maybe 40, say. Oh, 40. Yeah. And there we are. Darth Vader is on our app landing page. I ought to give a bit of credit to this IMGUR. Let's go and see. Well, by all means, look this image up if you so wish. But it just gives you a bit of a feel for the fact you can bring images into an app. It's so tempting to just fiddle with these. There we are, bang it in the center, and now we've got our app where you can go onto there, you can put home, you go view suppliers, and you only see the view suppliers. And then if you do that and you go business, you go view suppliers, you only see the business suppliers. Okay, cool. Hope you're enjoying this, and see you again soon.